Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Bravo RC. I have another NX tutorial for you guys today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the buddy box system on the Spektrum NX6 there and the Spektrum DXE. Buddy box is a very neat feature. I love it so much. Me and my dad went flying. I taught my dad how to fly. We both just had a blast. It was really fun, very handy feature. Buddy box is supposed to eliminate the feature of giving sharing the transmitter and being like, oh here it's your turn, and you're like, okay, here you can fly, and say, oh, I'm gonna crash, and you like, oh, you shove it in someone else's hands and stuff. That just makes things harder. Buddy box doesn't do that. With the flick of a switch, the student transmitter has control, and with the flick of a switch, the teacher transmitter has control. And even sometimes, if the teacher just kind of corrects, they can even correct the student's pitch movements, which is very neat. This video will be split into two segments. The first segment will be the tutorial on how to bind the teacher transmitter to the aircraft. In this case, I'm using the Apprentice STS BNF. And the second segment will be how to bind the student transmitter to the teacher transmitter. Let's head straight into binding the teacher transmitter to the aircraft machine. Alright guys, for this tutorial on how to bind the teacher transmitter to the aircraft, we're going to be needing three things. Of course, your plane or your receiver, your plane mainly. Your battery. My battery of choice is a 3S2200. I'm just using it. There goes the light. Sorry about that. I'm using a 3S2200 just to power the aircraft. I sometimes use it to fly, if you guys are wondering. And of course, you're going to need your transmitter. We're going to go ahead and put our student transmitter to the side, right here, on my table. And now I forgot to mention, there are two ways to bind the DSMX or DSM2 transmitter to the aircraft. You can use a bind plug, which is by far the most popular way. You get your little bind plug here, and you put it into the bind port, and then you power on the aircraft, and then it puts the aircraft into bind mode. The second way is the button that only the trainer aircraft have. You press the button and it puts the aircraft into bind mode when you power on the aircraft. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the button method. I will also walk you guys through on if you guys have a bind plug. I'll show you guys how to do that too. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Let's take our battery first. Before we plug it in, for those of you with the bind plug, go ahead and put it in the bind port. Now we can power on our aircraft. Just go ahead and make sure it's off. Plug it in here. Wait for some beeps. There we go. Now for the Apprentice, there's a little flashing light here. For those of you that put the bind plug in, you should see a rapid orange flashing light here or here. I forget where it is. But if you have a bind plug, go ahead and take it out now. The really neat feature about the Apprentice aircraft, you have a little switch here. I accidentally left it on, but once you plug in your battery, go ahead and flip the switch on. So for the button method, now that we have the aircraft on, we're going to go ahead and push the button to put it onto bind mode. Just going to kind of lean the aircraft over here a little bit. The button is kind of hard to press, but it's this little black dot and it's receiving things, so we're going to go ahead and press it. There we go. Once we see that orange flashing light, the aircraft is now in bind mode. If you use the button method, the lights will still be flashing blue and red. It won't be flashing orange as if you use the bind plug. Now we're going to go ahead and get our teacher transmitter. We're going to go ahead and bind this to that, the teacher transmitter to the aircraft. First, we're going to hold down our bind button. It should stay here. And then we're going to power on our transmitter. There we go. Once it says the DSMX 22 milliseconds telemetry, we're all good. And once the aircraft starts moving with the green light, or whatever color light it is, the steady flashing, oops, sorry, that's my battery alarm. Once this light turns steady to any color, then we're all good. Alright, now we have the teacher transmitter bounded up to the aircraft. Now I'm going to show you in the second segment on how to bind your student transmitter to the teacher transmitter. Alright guys, now that we have our teacher transmitter bounded to the aircraft, I'm going to show you guys how to bind your teacher transmitter to the student transmitter. This is going to be an up-close shot of the computer setting here. We're still gonna leave our student transmitter to the side. Make sure your aircraft is still powered on for this. Make sure the prop is off just in case we accidentally bump the throttle. Make sure your throttle cut is on too. So first we're gonna go ahead and go into the function list. We're gonna go ahead and scroll down all the way to the bottom until we find system setup here. Click yes. This is just gonna temporarily disable your aircraft connection with the transmitter. Alright, we're gonna scroll down to trainer right here. We're gonna go ahead and do wireless trainer for today's tutorial. And now we have to actually bind our student transmitter with the teacher. So we're gonna go ahead and press bind. Actually, before we do that, we're gonna get our student transmitter here. Leave this one here. We're gonna get our student transmitter, leave it there. Press bind. Hold down the panic button back here, and then turn it on. Wait for a little bit. Oops. Sorry, I didn't press the bind button good enough. Make sure you hold it down long enough, and then once you hold it down, power it on. Just like that. Oops. Doesn't want to bind. Down. There, there we go. It'll say bind failed, but in reality, it has binded once it says DSMX 22 milliseconds. And now we have both our teacher transmitter. You guys can see here, the elevator is moving up and down. Now this, you guys can set your trainer switch to whatever switch you want. I have it on switch F on the NX6. Once you flick it down, student has control. Watch. See that? Has full control. Everything. Now let's say if the student feels like they're gonna crash, the teacher transmitter just move any control surface, and they have control. Once the student wants to start flying, that switch down, and now student has control. Now you guys have learned how to do the buddy box feature. Now we're going to move on to some. Thank you guys so much for watching this quick tutorial. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section. I will reply to all of you guys' comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something today. If you guys want to see more NX tutorials, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.